September 2017. The notifications were bombing my phone and breaking up the morning silence. The group was buzzing, wondering about the result of the Turkish scholarship, the first scholarship abroad that I applied for. I was refreshing my email inbox, hoping for good news to come, but there was nothing. I failed. It was the first time I cried because of failure. After a week of reflection, I began to accept that officially I couldn't go to the university, and it was the beginning of my roller coaster gap year journey. Taking a gap year in my country is mentally exhausting, as people still associate it with failure. To recover my mental health after getting hit by failure, I decided to live a life of solitude, while wondering the ways to realize my dream, getting a fully funded scholarship abroad. Having a financial difficulty made my journey to fulfilling the dream way more challenging. After high school, I promised myself to not demand a single penny from my parents. Knowing that I was required to take irrationally expensive standardized tests to apply for a scholarship, the first step I did was to find the money. I began to understand how hard to get the money is, and it made me start to appreciate every single thing I have. I began to wonder why failure can and keep loyal to me. Should I start to deal with its existence in my life? I doubt it. March 2018. Finally, I have the budget to take the test. I took the test, and as soon as the scores came out, I began my application to as many scholarship programs as I could. In the Netherlands, Turkey, China, Japan, South Korea, and many other countries that I can't mention here. But no, I still didn't get good news from all of them. At that point in my life, failure was no longer a stranger to me, and I really was used to it. I also couldn't believe that I had to take another gap year again. – 2019 was more complicated because my parents didn't like the idea of me still doing a gap year. I ran away from home, and failure still accompanied me in another year of my life. It was agonizing, but I chose not to give up. I stepped up my efforts, learned from my mistakes, and became more mature when reapplying for the scholarships I dreamed to get. Day by day passed until the day I had been waiting for arrived. Finally, I got 3 full scholarship offers from the Chinese, Japanese, and Korean governments. It was something that I never expected to happen in the life of a farmer's kid. After a very big dilemma, I chose KAIST and finally said goodbye to my gap year life. Even though my life back then was very difficult, I was enjoying every single struggle I had. I'm grateful that failure came to me earlier than I expected, because without failure, I wouldn't be where I am right now. As a person who has failure as his best friend, I would say when the first time failure comes into your life, it is okay and normal for you to hate it. But please don't fear it. Try to embrace it, and if you can, be friend with it. Because actually, failure comes bringing life lessons for you to learn, and even a life that you wouldn't expect before. I'm Taufik, and that's my failure story.